因為咧，我哋除咗咧請到幾位重量級嘅講者，包括咗陳坤耀教授同埋陳智思先生咧，分享博雅管理嘅一啲心得之外咧，亦都咧再次請嚟過我哋節目13位嘅受訪嘉賓啊，再次分享喺博雅管理對佢哋管理上嘅實踐㗎。咁有邊啲重量級嘅嘉賓呢？嗱，包括咗有八達通行政總裁張耀堂啦、Sunny 啦，亦都有西藏水資源嘅黃克勤啦、前零售一姐 Caroline 麥瑞瓊啦，以及係等等㗎。咁啊，記住唔好錯過啦，因為節目咧同埋呢個論壇咧已經係即將開始㗎嚇。Hello，OK，嚇，好。好，咁啊，各位來賓啊，大家好，歡迎咧嚟臨呢一個管理跨時代論壇。咁我哋嘅論壇呢，仲有3分鐘就開始啦。咁再次提醒大家咧，其實大家喺個file 咧，即係現場嘅工作人員派俾大家嘅 file 裏面呢，都會有一個藍色嘅問卷嘅。咁藍色問卷呢，就係俾大家咧就填完之後咧，交翻出去咧會有一份紀念品啦。咁另外亦都提大家喺裏面有張粉紅色嘅紙嘅，咁係一張問答紙嚟嘅。咁如果大家咧一陣間有咩問題問我哋嘅嘉賓啊，同埋幾位講者咧，咁亦都歡迎咧填完問卷舉手，咁我哋有工作人員咧就會嚟收噶啦。咁再次提醒大家喎，就係因為咧為免影響節目進行咧，所以我哋咧就將我哋嘅手機嘅響鬧模式調到去靜音啊。一陣間再見啦。 係，hello， 大家好啊！各位來賓、各位先生、女士，歡迎嚟到由明德學院、彼得德魯克管理學院以及係新城財經台合辦嘅管理跨時代論壇啊！咁呢，我係管理跨時代電台節目嘅主持陳潔平 ，Kenneth 亦都係今日啦論壇嘅主持噶。咁睇翻啦，我哋由今年嘅春季開始啦，管理跨時代呢個電台節目呢，其實一路呢去到9月啦，已經係30集噶啦。喺過往30集裏面呢，除咗我哋2位啊非常之資深嘅企管達人啦，就係 Rufia 同阿 Royce 啦，作為我哋嘉賓主持之外呢，亦都呢係請嚟啦唔同嘅嘉賓同我哋分享啦，就係透過彼得德魯克博雅管理嘅一啲嘅理念，點樣係擺落去實戰嘅管理度噶。嗱咁啊，今日呢，作為我哋節目嘅最後一集，我哋移師到香港大學呢進行呢個現場嘅轉播。咁呢一個轉播呢，將會喺嚟緊星期日嘅夜晚9點至10點呢，管理跨時代呢個節目呢度播出嘅。咁大家記住留意啦。咁啊，另外呢，其實睇翻呢管理跨時代呢個節目呢，過往訪問咗10幾位嘅名人嘉賓呢，其實喺市場呢獲得非常之高度嘅評價㗎。咁啊，除咗令大家呢學到好多實用嘅知識之外啦，亦都呢認識到啦乜嘢係彼得德魯克博雅管理嘅理念，同時呢亦都係呢認識到現代管理學之父彼得德魯克對博雅管理自己嘅獨特睇法㗎。嗱，咁啊，今日呢我哋請嚟呢3位專題講者之外啦，亦都呢係會有唔同嘅嘉賓啦，係合共13位啦，再次就3個唔同嘅範疇啦，講到啦就係呢一個嘅管理議題啊，進行討論噶。不過咧，好遺憾啦，就係里奧貝納大中華區總裁兼首席創意官林小琪女士咧，因為佢公事咧就出咗國嘅，咁所以未能出席今日嘅論壇噶。嗱，咁再提下大家啦，其實咧大家咧喺你嘅 file 裏面呢，一張粉紅色嘅問題紙，咁如果咧係有問題咧，可以寫喺度，舉手揾我哋嘅工作人員呢，我哋會收集。一陣間呢，喺呢個討論環節咧，同埋喺呢一個嘉賓嘅講座環節咧，會問佢哋噶吓。好，咁我好期待咧嚟緊嗰個嘅節目啦。好，事不宜遲啦，咁啊，因為今日時間非常之緊湊，而家先請明德學院校長李經文教授致歡迎辭，有請李經文教授嘅。
I'm going to switch to English. Honorable Mr. Bernard Chan, Professor Edward Chan, Council Chair, distinguished speakers, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you. And thank you for coming this afternoon to join us at this Management as a Liberal Arts Symposium, jointly co-sponsored and organized by Centennial College, an independent liberal arts college established by Hong Kong U, and the Peter F. Drucker Academy and Metro Finance. First of all, I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude to all the guests who were interviewed on the radio program MLA On Air, which had a total of 30 episodes. The radio program was broadcast since March, every Sunday, from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Metro Finance radio station. In each of these episodes, we are very honored to have distinguished guests from different fields and industry share with us the ups and downs that they have experienced through their remarkable careers on very different topics that are related to Peter Drucker's management philosophy. The program was indeed very well received by the general public. The success story of each of these guests is indeed very inspiring, and we will have an opportunity later on today to have more sharing from them. Therefore, we very much appreciate their effort and support, and indeed their generosity and giving their time to share their wisdom and experience. For those who haven't had a chance to listen to the radio program, please do go on to the Centennial College website and search our program archives. Secondly, I would like to also take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to our partners, Peter Drucker Academy, particularly Julia Huang, the director of the Academy, and the Metro Finance, Candice, who has been very helpful in terms of contributing to the success of the program. Also, the honorable hosts, Dr. Royce Yun, CEO of MacLogic, and Ms. Ruthia Wong, Vice President and General Manager of Hong Kong, Meet Johnson Nutrition Hong Kong Limited. This MLA symposium has been organized to discuss today hot topics in management along the Peter Drucker philosophy. I'm sure many of us, if not all of you, would know Peter Drucker, who is the guru of management thought, who has significantly influenced many CEOs such as Bill Gates, Jack Welch, Andrew Grove, and many other leaders. At Centennial, our business program also, to a certain extent, follow Peter Drucker's philosophy. We teach, explore, and research the interplay between liberal arts and management. Students, some of you are here today, some of them are here today, are encouraged to develop multidisciplinary thinking and synthesize and apply wisdom and moral reasonings. What more? What's ahead for Centennial? We are planning a very distinctive postgraduate program, namely the Master of Liberal Arts in Management. So on that note, you will, as the MC mentioned earlier, there's a blue sheet of a survey that talks about our up-and-coming program, and appreciate your value input so that we can take on these input and build a better program. In this symposium this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, it is of great honor to have two of our very important speakers, Professor Edward Chan, Chairman Council of the College, who will start us off later on, followed by Professor Joe Maciariello, the Research Director of Drucker Lab, who will share with us his insight through a visual recording. This will then followed by Honorable Mr. Bernard Chan, President of Asia Financial Holdings, who will then deliver his keynote speech on his views and insight on management as a liberal art. Then we will have two panel discussions led by Mr. Roy Yun and Ruthie Wong, with our honorable guests who have participated in the MLA on air. They will talk about two themes, people and wealth creation. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of you here today to join us in this very unique gathering. The success of this event lies very much in your participation and contribution. Enlightenment of all forms take place through interaction among all of us present on this very occasion. So do not hesitate to share your thoughts and views. So on this note, I thank you for coming. Have a good afternoon. Thank you.
多謝晒 Professor Lee 啊，咁就係咧呢個藍色問卷 Professor Lee 都講過，其實嚟緊咧 MLA 咧會有一個課程啦，係俾大家咧表達意見，等佢哋可以更加改進嗰個課程，再去提供俾市場㗎。好，咁啊之後咧嚟緊我哋咧呢位講者咧就十分重分量啦。咁啊，因為咧佢咧第一位就係明德學院校務委員會主席陳坤耀教授。咁啊，陳坤耀教授咧係前海創新研究院院長、香港大學專業進修學院主席、明德學院校務委員會主席、香港大學人文及社會科學研究所傑出院士，亦都咧係香港公開大學榮譽教授啦。第一太平有限公司、恒生前海基金管理公司以及係九龍倉集團嘅獨立非執行董事啊！淨係聽呢啲名係咪已經覺得佢嘅經驗非常非常之豐富同埋深厚呢？好，我哋呢有請陳教授上嚟同我哋分享 Management as an Art Based on Liberal Arts。有請陳教授。咁陳教授咧，亦都會有一啲 PowerPoint 咧，同我哋分享一下咧，關於咧佢對 Management as an Art Based on Liberal Arts 嘅嚇。
The Honorable Bernard Chan, today's special guest, Professor William Lee, President, and where's Julia? Julia, the President of the Academy, and also Mr. Song, our partner, of Maciariello, facilitators and speakers of the program, guests, ladies and gentlemen. So I will use bilingual. I understand there are some students. And some of the participants here are not Cantonese speaking. My subject is to give an introduction rather than a substantive lecture or speech. My subject is management as an art based on liberal arts. Because when I was told by my colleagues something called a liberal art, I was somewhat bewildered because all through my career, I'm familiar with liberal arts, with an S. But now I was introduced to something called a liberal art. So I want to ask the question, what are the differences between art, liberal art, and liberal arts? So once and for all, I want to, use this opportunity to clarify for myself and maybe for everybody else what are the differences among these different concepts. Let me just go on to, it seems it's not working. Maybe I use the other side. Somebody, how can I, maybe I use this one then. I use the menu. Now, the nomenclature is three things. Management is an art, management as a liberal art, and then management and the liberal arts education. It seems we have been using all these terms without a very clear, distinction. Let me, try to explain my understanding. I have to confess I'm not a student of management, right? And I have very little knowledge of Peter Drucker's writings and teachings. But using my academic background as an economist and as an educationalist, I try to explain to you my interpretation and my understanding of these, terms. Okay, management is an art. I think that is quite clear. To me, management is not a science. It's not even a social science. Because there's no such, in a sense, what I call single, self-contained discipline called management. Unlike physics, chemistry, economics, it's very distinctive a subject. Consistently, they have theories, they have their specific contents. But when we use the word management, sometimes we say management science. But what it is, management is really a subject bringing in many other disciplines together. Basically, it's economics, psychology. For example, in marketing, you use a lot of psychology. Sociology, knowing people in management, HR, organizational behavior. All this would be sociology, psychology, and economics, statistics, public administration. I think management is a subject drawing many other disciplines together rather than a subject in itself. So it's perfectly, legitimate and perfectly, of course, acceptable that management is an art rather than a science. You are managing people. That is in the spirit of Peter Drucker. Right? You are managing people, you're dealing with people, and therefore it's an art, so that I understand. But then management, therefore, is very much in the Drucker's, tradition, is an art. But more difficult to understand. I've been, bombarded almost by my colleagues as a liberal art, a liberal art. Then I'm confused. Now, to my understanding, I have to confess, as I said, I don't know, too much about Peter Drucker's teachings and writings. But actually, Peter Drucker, I tried to look at the literature. He only touched on this concept, management as a liberal art, towards very much the end of his career. The first time he mentioned this possibly was in a short article, a few pages, in 1988. So it was very much towards the end of his career. I think he had a very long life. He passed away only in 2005 at the age of 95. But 88 is towards more or less the more end of his academic work. So he first raised this question about management as a liberal art. So to me, management as a liberal art is very much expanded and extended by his followers. Right? Specifically, what you're going to hear, Professor Joe and Maciariello. So actually, he didn't touch very much on it. Peter Drucker, to my understanding, when I was a student, he had more maybe things remembered by people in the management field. For example, he talked about management by objectives. That's very early. Back in the 1950s, that is the peak of his career. He talked about management by objectives. But today, all the HR people would be very familiar with management by objective. Every year, you talk to your colleagues, set the objectives, and then do the appraisal at the end of the year. So this is a familiar thing of human resources appraisal. That is management by objective. But to me, the most important, as an economist myself, the most important contribution of Peter Drucker possibly is the idea of outsourcing. A firm should not doing too many things. Right? If you are not good at, you better outsource it to somebody else. So the Japanese firms has been, following this idea of outsourcing. But again, outsourcing is not original from an economic point of view. Ronald Coase, back in 1930-something, he published an article called A Theory of the Firm. It's exactly defining why a firm exists. A firm exists because the firm's role is to define exactly what the firm should do and what the firm should not do. So that is the idea of outsourcing. So again, Peter Drucker said something about knowledge workers. It would mark the beginning of today's IT stage of knowledge-based economy. So actually, management as a liberal art is not very original. Peter Drucker, I'm sorry to say. But you can interpret from all his earlier writings, imply in it the human element, the importance of an amicable working environment. Human beings, people. And therefore, we have the idea of management as a liberal art. So then what is a liberal art? Now, we all accept management is an art, fine. Then what is a liberal art? Implying some art is not liberal. I think some of you would not agree. How can you have some art which is not liberal? We thought all art should be liberal. So my interpretation is, it means management is an art based on Western liberal principles. I'm sure you're going to hear from Professor Maciariello. It's based on liberal principles developed even before the Common Era. Right? It's BC ideas from the Romans, from the Greeks, all the liberal principles that we have to study for the training and nurturing of elites and leaders. I guess the liberal means is very broad knowledge, the fundamentals of knowledge that human beings should acquire as an elite or as leaders. So I guess the liberal, it's never explained clearly. What do it means by, what do it mean by management as a liberal art? The only way I can interpret it is an art, not a science. And also it's based on the fundamentals, of knowledge, right, in performing management, principles. So that's how I interpret it. But closer to my heart, of course, is liberal arts education, not a liberal art, but with an S, liberal arts. That's very close to my heart. And I was wondering when, say, in 1988, when Peter Drucker first mentioned the term management is a liberal art. Now, I do not quite know how it was translated into Chinese. Maybe, Julia, you can give me a hint. Because liberal art or liberal arts is no translation in Chinese. I tried to dig out even Korean, Japanese, Chinese. There's no exact translation of liberal art or liberal arts. Actually, the translation of liberal arts into Bok Nga is my copyright. I did it. Because, as some of you know, when I took up the position as president of Ningnan University, my task was to build it as a liberal arts, institution in Hong Kong or in Asia. But then there's a problem of branding. Many of you are experts in branding. But how I'm going to market this concept of liberal arts education? There was no such idea in Hong Kong. So I consulted my translation professors. He couldn't give me any answer. He referred me back to many writings, like Yim Fuk, the most famous translator. You know how Yim Fuk translated liberal arts or liberal arts education? He said, 自由民啊。自由民 My first question is, which 民？人民個民定係文學個民呢？原來係文學個民，自由民。Then my marketing sense would say it's very difficult for me to sell to the community. We are practicing 自由民教育. That would be horrible. It's very difficult to convey this marketing idea. So I decided to make up my own translation. It's called 博雅. 博雅, the connotation is 學識要博， 做人要雅 that would sum up liberal arts. The management style is the same. The managers should be bold and also nga. So that will be, the bold nga. So I was wondering when the term first came up, how it was translated into Chinese, before the term bold nga, was created. So liberal arts education is totally a different concept from a liberal art, I have to say. So I want to make a distinction here, right? A liberal art and liberal arts or liberal arts education are very different. The liberal arts education, as I said, carries very distinctive meanings. In a narrow sense, it may be some of you study in a major in a university. You choose a lot of humanities subjects. Maybe that is called liberal arts major. That's a very narrow sense of liberal arts major in some of the universities. But in a broad sense, liberal arts education means the practice of some very distinctive teaching and learning processes in a very small residential liberal arts colleges. I'm sure our Honorable Bernard Chen will be able to tell you more because he graduated from most renowned liberal arts college, Pomona, in California. So it's a special education type of teaching and learning process, very small, interactive, very close student, staff relationships, etc., etc. There's no time for me to talk more about it. It's originally American, but increasingly being practiced in Asia. Like, Lingnan University is one. More recently, you get Yale, NUS. In China, you get Kunshan, Duke. This idea is being spread in Asia. While it's subject to some downfall in the United States, it's growing in Asia, this idea of liberal arts. Now, liberal arts is not arts, please. It's arts and sciences. It comes from the medieval times, the trivium and the quadrivium. You look at the 7 subjects, Chat Ngai. Chat Ngai is science and arts. Astronomy is a lot of science in those days. Okay, now I have only 1 minute. Now, what puzzled me in Peter Drucker's teaching is if you take so many human element aspects, then for economists' point of view, maximization of profit is no longer the only aim. Then I got some question mark. Can an enterprise survive? Not only taking humanistic principles into account, you have to survive. Now then, but the clue in Peter Drucker's teaching is that a company practicing management as a liberal art will possibly survive and even excel because of what the discipline it emphasizes, responsibility, relationship building, trust building, coping with diversity, etc. Now, all these would make the firm, a very excellent firm, not only for the human point of view, but also for the profit point of view. But again, from an economist's point of view, trans mechanism is not clear. In economics, you always talk about from one variable to the other variable, we are very concerned about a transmission mechanism, how you reach from A to B. But in this case, I can see some connection, but to me, it's not exact. But liberal arts education is different. Liberal arts education nurtures whole persons. I always say the aim of liberal arts education is ABC, to nurture someone who's adaptable, who can think, and who can create. Now, these are the objectives of liberal arts education. And if you transfer all these attributes to practice of management, you will say you will make great management in this modern world, especially in this new economy with disruptive technological changes. So for me, liberal arts education is very important, for Peter Drucker's management philosophy, and it's a foundation of it. And we can establish a very clear transmission mechanism from liberal arts education to successful management. So management is not an art, but an art based on liberal arts education for the successful management of firm. Thank you very much.
唔該晒陳教授啊，非常之好啊！咁講到咧呢一個博雅管理並唔係單一嘅，即係一個藝術啊，或者係一個 management， 其實係跨學科嘅嚇。好，接住落嚟咧呢一位嘅講者都係非常之重分量嘅。咁頭先咧其實陳教授都提過啦，佢係嚟自 Drucker Drucker Lab 嘅研究總監就係 Professor Joseph Maciariello 啦。嗱，佢曾經同已故嘅現代管理學之父咧，就係彼得德魯克啦 （Peter Drucker） 啦，合著過暢銷書嘅，包括咗係對 Effective Executive in Action 啦，以及係 A Year with Peter Drucker、52 Weeks of Coaching for Leadership Effectiveness 等等嘅嚇。咁雖然咧佢未能夠咧就係出席啊，咁但係其實咧佢好有心喺美國咧錄咗一條短片啦，就係講解翻咧佢點樣去應用博雅管理㗎。咁我哋一齊睇睇佢講啲咩啦嚇。
Thank you very much for inviting me to speak at the MLA 2017 forum at Centennial College. I'm very pleased to do it. I'd like to speak about the practice of management as a liberal art and focus on one of the key dimensions of management as a liberal art, and that is the human dimension, with interactions with wealth creation and social concern. Working from the writings of Peter Drucker on the practice of management, what we have done is to arrive at some generalizations regarding the configuration that constitutes the practice of management as a liberal art, recognizing that Drucker worked, taught, and wrote as though management is a liberal art. Well, then how do we propose to do this? Drucker identified the relationships between the discipline of management and management as a liberal art when in January 1969 he was asked by the then dean of the Drucker School to define his major contributions, to which Drucker wrote in part here that I established the study of management as a discipline in its own right, and that I focused this discipline on people and power, on values, structure and constitution, and above all, on responsibilities. That is, focused the discipline of management on management as truly a liberal art. So right from the get-go in defining his most important contributions, you see in his view, management is a liberal art. But earlier, in 1988, he wrote, "We do not yet know precisely how to link the liberal arts and management. We do know that the liberal arts must be an organic part of the teaching of management." This is a 1988 article that he wrote, Teaching the Work of Management it's called. More than that, we know that management cannot be technique only. Why? Well, because of the human dimension. Management always lives, works, and practices in and for an institution, which is a human community held together by the bond. Next to the bond of the family is the most powerful human bond, that is the work bond. And all this requires values when you deal with the human being, you see, and that's kind of gets to the heart of the value dimension of management, okay? And it's more than technique. And precisely because the object of management is a human community, there you go. You already have a group and sociological implications held together by the work bond for a common purpose. Management always deals with the nature of man and with good and evil as well. So here you're dealing with pretty deep issues in philosophy, theology, sociology, psychology, and so on. So, but the human being is not only the key dimension of the practice of management as liberal art, but it's ubiquitous. It's everywhere in management per se, both on the inside and on the outside of the organization. I will illustrate using two illustrations, examples, but there are two Drucker statements that illustrate it. In defining the purpose of the business, he says it is to create a customer. Obviously, that's outside. That's the marketing innovation function. How? Well, by making strengths productive. And he goes on to say, to social benefit. That's the inside. Let's illustrate. When introducing the iPad 2 in March 2001, Steve Jobs summarized Apple's strategy as it is in the DNA of Apple that technology alone is not enough. It is technology married with the liberal arts, married with the humanities, that yields us the results that make our hearts sing. This really echoes the heart of Drucker's approach to management and the practice of management as a liberal art. A lot of technology alone is not enough, Jobs says. Computer scientists must work together with artists and designers. The best ideas emerge from an intersection of technology and the humanities. Now, Apple designs its products to establish a strong relationship between its products and its customers. Its design product has been described as one of achieving neurological connectivity. Neurological connectivity is achieved when the retailer, brand, or service creates a strong psychological and emotional response that operates on a subconscious level for the consumer in a way that is typically not readily understood nor necessarily recognized by the consumer. These are deep issues of psychology and sociology and beyond. So the practice of management as a liberal art question, in that course question, we focus our efforts on the human being, on creating wealth, and on social concern. Three real targeted dimensions of the course: the human being, creating wealth creation, and on social concern. These you'll see are highly interrelated. The course question then is, can the business firm produce goods and services, excel at serving the customer, make money, create wealth for shareholders, and also be a moral community for the development of human character and social concern? During a celebration of Peter Drucker's 80th birthday in 1989, Bob Buford, the host, distributed a gift to each of those in attendance. Buford commissioned a calligrapher, Timothy Botts, to create a print. He made a tapestry, a mosaic of interwoven, interacting hands of various colors. Here is Bill Pollard's copy, a picture of Bill Pollard's copy. I have a copy on the wall, but it is an autograph. And you see these interacting hands and of various colors. And it's below it are the three well-known questions Peter Drucker asks in his writing. What is our business? Who is our customer? And what does the customer consider value? These are deeply human issues. There's diversity in those hands. Unity and diversity was a theme in Drucker's work. There's warmth in those hands. Results focus with compassion. The interwoven hands represent human transactions to meet human needs. And that idea is central to Drucker's life and work, and his often repeated saying that management is a human activity. When presented with the print for approval and signature by his friend Chuck Fromm, in his deep Austrian accent, he said, according to Chuck, "This is my life," indicating that this is very, very central to Peter's makeup and his thinking about organizations and institutions. Drucker believed that management in all three sectors should focus on satisfying the needs of the human being and society. He worked from the outside in. This is fundamental to the practice of management as a liberal art. The print contains Peter Drucker's three fundamental questions for doing so. The first question, what is our business, starts with a human being, and it depends upon interactions among human beings. The second question, who's the customer, is the most human of the three. The third, what does the customer consider value, is simultaneously the most knowable, but also the most unstable trait of the customer. Nothing may seem simpler or more obvious than to know what a company's business or mission is. A steel mill makes steel. A railroad train carries freight and passengers. A insurance company underwrites risks and other calamities. A bank lends money. In practice, what is our business is almost is almost always a difficult question, and the right answer is usually anything but obvious. Here's an example. It's really a beautiful example from the consulting work of Peter Drucker. He was asked to assist the board of directors of ServiceMaster in answering this, what is our business customer? So at a meeting of the board, he simply said, what is your business? After listening to board members trying to answer, Drucker responded in a way that startled everyone. Your business is simply the training and development of people, making human strengths productive. You package it in all different ways to meet the needs and demands of the consumer, but your basic business is people training and motivation. You are delivering services, yes. You can't deliver services without people. You can't deliver quality services to the customer without motivated and trained people. Think about this at your leisure, okay? A really kind of profound insight that Drucker had of this consumer services company. Not all what are your business, what is our business questions are that difficult, but many are. Who's the customer? Well, this is crucial question in defining the purpose of a business and the mission of a business, the vision. It's not easy, let alone obvious. It is a decision. How it is answered determines in large measure how the business defines itself. The ultimate user of a product or service is always a customer, but there are normally other customers also. There are often many customers, such as doctors for hospitals and retailers for shelf space for consumer goods. What does the customer value? This needs to come to grips with business purpose and business mission. What is value to the customer? It may be the most important question, yet it is the one least often asked. The provider thinks he or she knows. The company knows. The organization knows. The customer never buys a product. The customer buys the satisfaction of a want. He or she buys value. And what the customer considers value is not fixed. Ask your customers what they consider value for one of your products or services. What customer needs are satisfied by your product? Don't forget the emotional aspect. How did your customers respond to this product? Do not assume that your customers are irrational. And then here's some summary questions you can ask in your own business. These three. Let's look at the investment in human beings. Just a quick part of a case study. It was a privilege for me to work with Father Beltran, founder of Veritas Training Network in Manila, the Philippines, as he organized electronic trading network with and for the people of the Tondo district of Manila. Father Beltran founded a network to engage the people of the Tondo district who were engaged in scavenger hunting in the smoke at Smoky Mountain in the Tondo area. Engage them in bulk ordering, purchasing, receiving, and distribution of food, fresh food, and produce daily and at a much lower price than they could obtain in local markets. So he's converting people who are in the smoldering mountain all day with methane gases to begin to provide the necessities of life for others. So Beltran was chaplain to 25,000 of these. Many of the employees were recruited from among these scavengers and were subsequently trained in information technology, leadership, and management. So Veritas trained and educated knowledge workers to handle the electronic trading activity involved in this whole chain, taking orders, accumulating orders, placing orders with reputable suppliers, distributing food to consumers, and managing the financial transaction. People were also trained in how to manage the infrastructure of the organization. So Father Ben and his staff trained electronic traders and organized a network of suppliers while teaching the basic principles of leadership and management to employees. No amount of corruption by government of the Philippines can take away the knowledge acquired by these workers, because this knowledge now resides with them. It's human capital, the essence of knowledge work. So they're creating human capital within people at the bottom of the economic and social pyramid so that they can learn, develop rapidly, and escape poverty. You see the interactions here between a human dimension, a social concern, and wealth creation. So it's a powerful example of economic development achieved by investing in the development of human beings. So here are some questions that you can apply. It's really impossible to isolate managing and developing people from creating wealth and managing social responsibilities. Social benefit accrues when, as we develop people and as we meet the needs of society. While we can focus on one dimension of MLA or the other, it will impinge on the other dimensions as we have illustrated. The three aspects of our course question, people, wealth, and society, are really a whole. Here I refer you to some examples of the spread of MLA from an article that I did for an event in Germany. You can get it online. Well, that's it. That's my quick overview of what we're about in the practice of management as a liberal art. We're developing it, and we're engaged in active research all the time, every day. Okay? Good luck in the forum, and thank you very much. Bye.
好多謝晒啊！美國都幫我哋錄影嘅 Professor Joseph Maciariello 啦。好，咁啊第三位講者咧，大家一定對佢唔陌生噶啦。咁咧佢就係亞洲金融集團總裁陳智思先生嘅。咁啊陳智思先生咧現職係亞洲金融集團及亞洲保險總裁，亦都係香港泰國商會主席、盤谷銀行中國顧問，同時亦都係幾間本港以及係海外機構擔任董事會成員。咁如果你話講到企管咧，佢一定好多經驗同我哋分享啦。有請陳生。
I prefer doing this way. I'm not trying to copy Steve Jobs, but because I don't really exactly have a presentation to make. Now, I was asked to comment on the two earlier speakers. I have to say, even to my good friends Edward, they're too academics for me. I'm not so sure that I can actually respond to those very wonderful presentations. But I just want to share with you how I see liberal arts. Professor Chen mentioned that my alma mater, I went to one of probably the best liberal arts college in the United States. And, but let me tell you why I decided to go to Pomona College. Well, I was studying in the East Coast of the U.S. I still remember this is March. By the way, I only have 15 minutes. I know this is typically I will use 2 hours to explain why liberal arts is good for you, but I only have now 15. I'm going to make it short. So this is March 1980, something like that. I think in 1980 March. I left the city of Philadelphia. This is East Coast. I believe that it was still 28 degrees Fahrenheit. So in other words, below zero, okay? I left the East Coast, right? I was looking for colleges. I did look at Maine and elsewhere. There are many good colleges in the East Coast, Boston, everywhere. Then I arrived into Claremont, right, where Pomona College is. By the way, Peter Drucker's academy or the university, the place where he teaches, is actually 5 minutes walk from Pomona College. I was there at the same time he was there, but of course, I'm too junior. I never got to have the luxury to attend a class with him. But anyway, so I landed in Claremont. Right, this is March. So I left the East Coast, Philadelphia. It was below 0 Celsius. I got there, 28 degrees Celsius. Beautiful. West Coast. Basically, it's the outskirts of Los Angeles. Beautiful campus. Friendly atmosphere. So I said, here you are, I'm coming here. So I have actually no clue what liberal art college is about. Yes, it was ranked under liberal art college, but I wasn't looking at liberal art college or university. I was looking at, this is an awesome place to be. So it's only that reason that I only later discovered what liberal arts is about. I didn't sign up for liberal arts because we're talking about almost 30 years ago. So 30 years ago, not even talking about, Professor Chen talked about how foreign liberal art is today. But even in the US, it is still not the mainstream. Not to mention 30 years ago. It's like, where am I going? I have to say, even after the first 10 years after I left Pomona, I came back to Hong Kong to work. I was too embarrassed to admit that I went to Pomona. Because when I say I went to Pomona, people say, where? And the name like Pomona, they thought I went to a community college. No offense to community college, but listen, I pay a lot of money. My parents pay a lot of money. But nobody recognized that. And worse, and I'm sure some of you follow my news, I got sick at Pomona. So I spent actually 3 years back and forth in hospital. So I didn't study where I intend to study, which is economics. Because, hey, we're from Hong Kong, right? You got to be economics, science, medicine, where else, right? So I signed up for economics. But because I was so sick, so I ended up spending most of my time shuttling between hospital and college. So I thought I can still catch up with some of the lost credit. So I found a subject that I thought, easy subject, art, studio art. I'm a painter. So I figured I can do that at home. I can do it anywhere. I didn't realize that I was so sick that I ended up repeating this number of times. So here we are. I'm a product. Listen to this. I'm a product of a fine liberal art college like Pomona College with a studio art degree. Let me tell you, I was so embarrassed. I was still intimidated for the first 10 years when I came back to Hong Kong. Because, what? You went to where? And you study what? Studio art? So people look at me and say, you are strange, right? And in fact, amazingly, 20-some, 30 years later, this debate is still ongoing. I mean, not my debate anymore, but it's a debate in the US, as Professor Chen alluded to. Now everyone in America is saying, wait a minute, what is the point of going to a college? Especially to a liberal art one when you pay so much money for. Does it get you anywhere? I actually have that debate with my wife all the time. And seriously, what is the purpose of an education? I think most of us in this room, you would probably think to get a better job, a better life, hopefully, right? And a better next generation. Well, that is the purpose of life, isn't it, right? And does liberal art education get you there? Well, from the face of it, no. Because like my wife always said about me, what am I? I mean, I study studio art. So I'm like jack of all trade, master of none. Anyone understand what that means? Meaning I'm no good at anything, all right? Put it in simple terms, means I'm not good. I said, sure, because with a studio art degree, what do you think I'm good at? By the way, I do study other things too, but I major in studio art. But that's the point, right? I mean, I only left for 10 minutes now. I got to make it very quick. It's not about, well, there's two types of training you'll get. The one type of training, this is how I see it, right? Because I'm not good in the other one. It's a technical training. I think the two professors actually alluded to early on. But the society needs different types of people. We need people with a technical skill. And that's why even today, just now Professor Joe was saying, even like Apple, it's not just Apple, even today, in many Silicon Valley companies, they don't just hire tech people. Now, of course, they need to hire tech people because they need to write the code and they create things. We need engineers. But they are also hiring people from liberal arts, people with humanity backgrounds. Why? Because we need those people who can connect with the society. Liberal art is not a science, as Edward alluded to. It's an art. What does my studio art degree gets me? Nothing. I'm not good in anything. But I'm good in communicating. I hope I am, right? So I'm getting most of your attention. Because my rule number one, when I come to talk, I have to make sure that you are not falling asleep. You're falling asleep, I fail. Right? So it's engaging people. And my job every day is to deal with people, whether I'm at work, professionally, or publicly. It's all about people. Here, why am I here? I'm here engaging with you. I'm dealing with you. Whether you as my customers or you are my voters, it's all the same. It's about people. The skill to communicate, to engage. So in a company, you need people with the technical skill and you need people with the soft skill. And I have no technical skill whatsoever. I have the soft skill. It's important because it comes back to the other questions too is, then what is the purpose of a company? I think, when I say I studied studio, I did study economics in university too, but not my major, as a minor. So, by the way, I always take every opportunity to say this. The first 10 years of my career coming back to Hong Kong was just too shy, too embarrassed to admit that I'm a liberal arts graduate with a studio art degree, right? And today, even at Pomona, because even at Pomona, we are still trying to justify, what are we doing? And I'm telling you, I am today the poster boy of my university. What do you mean by poster boy? I mean I am the example. Why? Because now they can proudly tell people that we have a studio art graduate went on to be a politician. Because it never happened before. We never have a studio art person become a politician. Well, it probably will never happen for a long time. But the point that is, why not? Why not? The studio art degree didn't get me. I mean, I knew from day one that I would never be a good artist. I was definitely not going to make money from selling my art. But it's not about how well you draw. Even in my class, when I graduated, there were 6 other students in my year. Listen, I was parachuted to the department. All my other 6 classmates, they're with talent. I mean, they can really draw, right? Hey, but I survived. I survived by trying to be different, right? Because I'm thinking, wow, my other 6 colleagues, each of them already have a special talent. Either they earned that talent, or they, from birth they have that talent. One was doing drawing, painting, sculpture, ceramics, mixed media, and photography. Every one of them is very good at what they're doing. So here I'm the last person parachuted to this department. I thought, gee, I have to be different because there's no way I can compete with them heads on of what they do good at. That's why I come up with a whole different thing. Go to my website, check out my drawing. It's called pointillism. I'm not using whiteout. Why whiteout? Because it's different. It's think out the box. I can spend another half an hour tell you how I get there. But anyway, so at the end of that, so my graduating, I don't have a thesis. As a practicing artist, our senior project is a show. So my work was paired with the other 6. Thank goodness, because I was so different. So everyone that came through the exhibition, when they look at my artwork, they asked me this question. They never said it was pretty. They never said that it's awesome. But they all said, wow, what is it? Hey, but I got their attention because they don't understand what I was doing. I got their attention. I was able to find myself a niche. And I use that same philosophy in my business today. I'm in the financial services. I'm in insurance banking. I'm competing with all the big boys of the world. I'm a local company. I'm the largest local company, but who cares about the largest local company? There's so many bigger companies than my company, right? So how can I make a difference? I apply the same philosophy that I learned from my art. So it's not about how good I draw. It's the thinking that you learn. So liberal arts provides you the broad-based training. I still remember in my very first class I took at Pomona for art, because I thought, oh, come on, how difficult it is, right? So in my first class, it's called the advanced drawing, because I didn't take the intro drawing, thinking that, intro, right? Let's go advanced. So I sat in the class. The first thing the professor taught me, the first instruction the professor gave was basically a topic and asked the class to get started. I sat there for 10 minutes. Absolutely no idea how to proceed. So then I walked up to the professor. I said, hey, excuse me, can I ask you a question? I said, how do you do that? I mean, you give us a topic, but you didn't teach us how. Because I'm so used to, at least the training I got before, I was so used to being told what to do. Like what kind of medium you should use, what kind of instrument you should consider, Everything I'd done before was being told. Anyway, so here you are. This professor said, here you are, that's your topic. So when I asked him, so how should I proceed? He looks at me and is like, are you serious? Why are you in my class? Why are you asking me this question? It's your job. It's your project. Why are you asking me how to proceed, how to do? Well, I was so embarrassed, right? I was like, oh my God, because I was not used to that. And it forces me. So the whole point of study in studio at the time was really thinking about, it really made me think about like, wow, you mean I have to think out the box? You mean I have to create a style on my own, not following someone else's style? By the way, in Chinese art, no offense to Chinese artists, it's a whole different philosophy. We follow the master. And why are you good? You're good because you can master the master. Then you're even better, right? But for my work, I'm an impression. Go Google my name, go and check out my artwork. It's to be different, right? We have to make a difference. And it's the same philosophy now I do with my work. One last point, I know they're going to rush me off with 1 minute, is a philosophy of managing people, right? I'm in the business of managing people. And this is the one thing I learned from very early on in my career. It's like, okay, and applies to many businesses in Hong Kong because, as the government put it, Hong Kong mostly are in the service business. What does service business mean? We serve people, right? Meaning we're in the business of, again, managing people, whether you are managing your staff or your customers. So the key question I ask myself is, okay, so who's the boss? Right? In my company, who's the boss? Well, from my staff point of view, they see it as I'm the boss because I'm the one who pays them the salaries, right? And I'm the one who decides where the company go. But from my perspective, my goodness, they are my boss. Because without them, who's going to serve my customers? Who's going to deliver the products that we have? Without them, I'm finished. Worse, they can take my clients and walk out from my office. So I better treat them as my boss. It's a two-way relationship. It's a two-way relationship. I think that's the philosophy that I learned early on as a liberal arts, is that we do not just think from what we want. We need to put ourselves in other perspective too. And that's the same in politics too, right? I mean, you'll find out tonight that I will probably be blamed for something I said early on 2 hours, 3 hours ago, because I try to be thinking from many people's perspective. Unfortunately, that never worked because if you're so strong-hearted in one thing, you will disagree with everybody else. But this society needs that balance. We cannot only look from our own perspective too. We also have to be inclusive. So to me, Peter Drucker, as I said, I knew him from a long time, even when at that time I was promoted, because his name is everywhere, but I don't get to learn from him. But I think I'm pretty sure whether his philosophy or the liberal art philosophy is the training of mind, is what the full liberal arts meaning. Of course, this is my own definition. There's no, you can whatever you want, but I think it's all about managing people, and managing people requires that philosophy and that in thinking. So I know this might open up even more discussion, and I welcome that. But again, just to be sure to tell you that I went to Pomona College not because I really follow liberal art college education. It's just because this is a great place that where like-minded people connected. So I think that's important. That's why now it's time to do a little bit of self-pitch. I was very fortunate to associate with Lingnan University, especially under the leadership of Edward, and I wholeheartedly believe that we need that kind of environment in Hong Kong to create that dialogue among different stakeholders, because you live together in the same campus. The difference is you don't go to a class with 500 students and you never even talk to the person next to you. How are you going to create communication? No offense to University of Hong Kong and other universities. So you have those great universities, but you also need university that allows you that opportunity to communicate. So at Ningnan, sorry, this is Centennial, but I still have to talk about Ningnan. You need that environment that allows you to not just to class together, but to live together, to work together, because that's how communication is being built. Thank you.
再次多謝陳生啊嚇，咁請陳生留步。我哋請埋咧陳坤耀教授上嚟，因為我哋先進行一個簡單嘅感謝狀頒授儀式咧，咁啊隨即就會有我哋嘅發問環節嘅。先請陳教授上台。好，咁接住落嚟，我哋就係頒授呢一個感謝狀咧，俾陳智思先生，多謝佢出席今次嘅論壇嘅嚇。係，有請兩位。 好，先請兩位就座。我哋再次咧請埋咧我哋管理跨時代節目嘅其中一位嘉賓主持，就係 Malogic 嘅行政總裁袁文俊博士 Royce 上嚟同我哋主持呢一個環節嘅 Royce 有請。
Hello， 大家好。
氣氛好好啊嚇。
Okay， 我諗大家如果認識Drucker Academy 嘅 President Julia 咧，都會知道佢講嗰啲廣東話咧好有味道嘅。咁可以肯定你嘅廣東話好過我嘅普通話。我尋晚收到個電話。佢係 Royce， 即係你可以想像到佢個樣，雖然喺個電話度，你個人好有問題嘅。佢話原來係話我個人咧係可以幫助問問題，咁啊想我嚟做個 moderator 啊。咁其實做 moderator 咧係好容易嘅 ，when you have a group of good audience。咁我剛才已經收到好多好好嘅問題，有啲甚至唔止係問題，係一個 essay 嚟嘅。咁啊 essay 就可能要容後啦。咁就我會先揀一個問題咧，係俾Professor Chan 嘅。咁佢亦都係 based on你頭先嘅分享啦。咁講到話係亦都 based on 頭先Professor 講到 customer 亦都係Peter Drucker 喺裏邊咧，亦都問一啲好 key questions， 其中都係牽涉到 customer。咁佢就話：學生都係 customer 嚟嘅噃。咁亦都我哋作為一個機構，我哋要滿足學生，呢個我加㗎嚇，滿足學生咁係學生要 4.0， 咁啊我哋全部派晒 4.0 咧咁樣。其實佢問題就係話我哋點樣去同學生作為一個客戶去 interact， 我哋應該點睇呢一個課題？
好容易啫呢個題目。頭先即係 Peter Drucker 嘅 philosophy 就係 know your customers， 咁要 know your students。我覺得如果要即係 manage 一個大學咧，或者一個學校 any organisation 係嘛 ，know your customers， 即係 know your colleagues 係最好重要嘅。咁所以我個方法就好簡單嘅啫，我要同每一個學生咧都傾個偈嘅。咁我嘅辦法咧就係 breakfast with students。我 manage 咧，我見過每一個學生，同每一個學生傾談過，係知道每一個學生佢嘅需要，即係佢個批評。咁我每一個星期咧，都會有3-4日同學生食早餐，每次唔係好多噶，12個。佢有咩怨氣啊咁樣咧，就會喺嗰個早餐嗰度咧。唔使俾錢㗎，嗰陣時好慳10蚊一個。三文治加白粥，中西並用。咁咧就即係唔使有 serve 嘅時間，即係減欠嗰 interruption 個零鐘頭。咁啊學生有怨氣俾佢講，咁啊到我咧就要 sell 啲學校嘅政策俾佢。咁所以呢個係 know your customers 係好重要。我覺得。成個 liberal arts 嗰個 philosophy 咧，就學生同學生之間咧一定好多接觸嘅。老師同學生之間咧一定要好多接觸。咁你一定要細嘅，好似 Pomona 1,300-4人，你以為太細？呢個就係一個好好嘅 environment， 使到我哋老師學生咧有一個完全係打成一片，你先至有 communication skill， 先至會 know your customer。將來你去做 manager 嘅時候咧，先至會成功嘅。咁所以你睇下我哋。Bernard 先生一個成功嘅 manager 咧，就要係一個咁樣，即係有一個好強嘅 communication 嘅環境，即係 know your colleagues、know your fellow students、know your customers 嘅環境之下咧去成長。
Couldn't expect a better answer。
我可唔可以插嘴先啊
？Of course。
因為咧，嗱，我頭先講咧，我係其實冇乜料嘅，乜都唔識係咪？但最緊要學識就咩咧？就肯學。你唔識冇所謂，肯學。咁啊，其實頭先啊 Professor Chan 講咗啦，因為佢係校長，當其時我係即係校董啦。到後來咧，就校長就退榮休咧，我就做咗主席。咁我第一件事諗起就係咩咧？其實即係你喺嶺南度一問陳坤耀校長，其實講真咧，你教咩科講乜嘢，其實好似冇人記得你講做咩嘅。但係一樣有人個記得就係同校長食早餐，好使得呢招。咁所以我一嚟到就話。一定要抄佢，呢招好嘢。咁當然唔好話直抄啦，咪直抄有問題出去咩咧？就係梗係唔夠佢好啦，係咪先？咁所以話好啦，佢話 breakfast with the president， 我話 lunch with the chairman。Seriously 係咪啊？咁我係結果咧，我哋一年咧就做幾次嘅 lunch with chairman。雖然嘅效果唔係好似佢咁好啊，因為咧好多學生就係話 who are you？ 即係嗰度大家都唔識 chairman 嘅，就識 president 嘅啫嘛。咁但係咧我就覺得哇，呢招好好嘅，因為咧嗰個 engagement 咧好緊要，即係你知道真係我哋作為校董會嘅主席，喂，其實就開會嘅啫，連學生未見過，都唔知佢諗緊乜嘅，咁你點可以做主持會議咧？ 但係 supposedly 咧，我哋個 job 就係主持會議嘅啫。佢冇一個安排俾我哋同學生見嘅喎。咁但係我係因為呢個好好嘅榜樣，咁我就照抄咗佢嘅。我估應該係任我嘅主席都有照抄緊呢招嘅。不過可能而家係 dinner with the chairman 應該係。
聽完兩位，我知點解我咁唔 popular 啦。我去 run 我公司同埋講個商會，因為我唔請人食飯。咁 Bernard， 我想繼續請教下你。咁台下有個朋友咧，佢就問到，其實而家成日啲人咧都環繞住兩個字咧，聽到有少少又厭又驚，顛覆。唔係講政治嗰啲啊，經濟上嘅顛覆。咁佢話如果喺一個 digital era 嘅時候咧，咁樣點樣去理解？譬如頭先我哋講到 MLA 咧，尤其是喺人嗰度，喺呢一個咁嘅大環境，一個 digital world，咁多 emphasis 喺 technology， 咁人嗰方面你又會點睇人嘅元素喺呢個過程裏邊？
問得好好啊，因為正正我哋都面對緊呢個嘅一個挑戰，究竟係咪即係傳統嘅業務啊？我哋仲可以有個空間嗱，呢個係一個好大嘅 debate 嚟㗎。咁啊，當然我亦都唔係話有上過咩堂學過咩嘢啊。咁但係我係實際就面對緊呢樣嘢。呢個亦都係咧嗱，其實肯定一樣嘢就係咧，唔係個個行業的確係可以生存到嘅啊，因為有啲科技的確係可以好容易代替咗我哋啦。咁呢個係一個現實。咁答你嘅答案好簡單嘅啫。我諗去到講翻個思維嘅問題啊，即係我等於同好多學生講，我有好多 mentees 嘅。咁好多時咧 mentees 嘅係即刻問你就話：喂，將來咩前途會好啲啊？邊個行業好啲啊？其實我個總體答案永遠都係咧，我點知啫？係咪？即係分分鐘啊，唔係講笑啊！即係我不如扯開話題啊，因為唔係好識答佢，扯開話題啊要。就我記得我細個讀書嘅時候咧，咁我雖然我爸爸咧係從來咧就冇明示過，不過暗示一定係有咧，就話咧你翻嚟幫我做嘢啦，係咪啊？咁我從來咧都知道咧係我翻嚟做嘢係理所當然嘅，而且有間公司可以翻到嚟做嘢嘅。OK， 不過有幾廿年前嘅事。今日到我個兩個仔一個17，一個14，我今日同佢講咩咧？就話嗱喂，你自己顧掂自己咯喎，你讀好啲書咯喎啊！因為咧當然你唔會窮，但係我 guarantee 你，我唔可以 guarantee 到你。仲有一間公司翻嚟俾你做，因為再過咗10年後，究竟我個企業仲可唔可以生存到咧？喺頭先呢個 digital era 入邊，面對嗰種嘅衝擊 ，I cannot guarantee that，係咪？即係今日呢個先係，即係幾廿年前咧，你冇會諗過你係會被淘汰？就算有啲企業係好睇唔到點解會被淘汰㗎，但係今日你如果我哋冇用呢個新嘅思維去諗樣嘢咧。你真係會被淘汰。咁所以你問我今日咧，我 constantly 我時時刻刻都睇緊，究竟我 reassess 緊我自己，究竟我哋嘅企業嗰個嘅競爭力啦，而且競爭力唔係淨你淨係單面點喎，唔係淨係香港喎，因為根本係 global 噶嘛，唔係話你有冇生存嘅空間，而係話根本唔係喺呢度嚟講緊啦，係咪？即係好似譬如我今日我個行業根本都唔係睇緊香港市場添喎，竟然係睇緊內地市場。咁所以變咗你個問題就唔係就話究竟喺呢個我哋自己嘅周圍700萬人添嘅問題。咁所以咧，我諗係個思維嘅問題就係 Are you prepared to embrace 呢個 change？Are you prepared to embrace the change？
講到 change 咧，我相信一陣間好多機會會講 change management， 因為呢個亦都係 Peter Drucker 其中一個好 popular 嘅 topic。唔該晒 Bernard。咁另外 Professor Chan。咁亦都台下有啲朋友咧想請教下你。頭先你都講咗博雅啊 ，by the way， 我原來知道係你發明博雅呢兩個字嘅，係好貼切嘅一個 translation。咁佢講到其實亦都頭先阿 Bernard 都講咗啦，讀完書出嚟都要揾食㗎，係咪？咁讀完博雅嘅一個學位管理出嚟，其實可以有啲咩做？佢應該點樣 prepare 自己，或者作為一個父母應唔應該鼓勵啲細路哥去 consider？考慮到即係 liberal arts 咧，
即係如果喺博雅大學出嚟嘅咧，乜都識做。因為頭先個題目其實即係顛覆性嘅 technology 啊 ，disruptive technology， 即係冇人可以 predict 到下一個月係乜嘢行業即係最受歡迎嘅。咁呢個就係成個 liberal arts 嘅精神。即係只係俾，即係話我哋唔可以 specialize 太早喺呢個世界。同20年前、30年前，每一個人都揾一個 profession 讀一個 specialization。喺呢個世界咧 ，disruptive 一個 economy 咧 ，technology 咧， 一定要喺本科生 undergrad 嘅時候咧有一個好 broad 嘅 base， 咁你將來乜都做到啦，即係乜都可以咧係接受嗰個轉變。因為老實講，依家個世界咧就要3個字 ABC， 即係博雅教育，我哋要達到嘅目的要 adaptable 啊嘛，乜嘢轉變你都係 adaptable。第二個字咧就要 brain power， 識諗嘢嘅，唔係識做嘢。第3個 creative， 你一定要每日都要 creative 先至得嘅。咁呢個就博雅教育希望做到嘅。咁我俾啲具體啲嘅數字啦，都已經係博雅大學出嚟嘅畢業生喺美國咧，咁同傳統就進 Harvard、Yale 啊、Berkeley 啊咁大型嘅學校咧，起步嘅時候可能係爭5% 到5個10% 唔夠嘅，但到 mid career 到佢30-40歲咧，通常係50% 超越 specialize 嘅。呢個有好強嘅數字，即係話 liberal arts 出嚟嘅咧，好似 Bernard 咁，一到 mid career 嘅時候咧，就係 leader， 就係 elite。呢個係有數字證明嗰個收入嗰個 survey 嘅。咁所以證明呢，你要 leader 嘅時候咧，你就好似 Roman times and Greek times 係要受呢個博雅教育嘅。如果你只係 specialize 一個 narrow field 嘅時候咧，你就唔係嘅。我成日頭先有提過咩叫 purpose of education。Education 除咗有 successful career 以外咧，仲有一個 significant life。係 liberal arts 嘅畢業生咧，最能夠有 significant life。即係我哋唔係淨係靠揾錢嘅，一個人最緊要 significant life， 就即係表示係咩咧？係一個 interesting life， 一個 meaningful life， 一個 happy life。你讀咗 liberal arts 之後咧，即係你能夠文理定通嘅時候咧，你同人傾偈咧，要 be more interesting to yourself。人哋又翻你 more interesting， 即係呢個世界係會好美好嘅。咁呢個就係即係，所以我冇辦法唔要推銷下呢個博雅教育。Centennial College， 所以 Centennial College liberal arts 你路遙知馬力到 mid career 嘅時候，你就知道佢哋犀利。
我自己係讀廣告嘅，都甘拜下風。咁阿 Professor 都講到，即係其實講到 wealth 嘅 creation 咁亦都即係頭先Professor Joe 佢都講咗，其實係3個好大嘅元素其中一個。因為我哋亦都會第二個環節咧係會講wealth 嘅。咁喺呢度咧，差唔多我哋要 wrap 呢個 session 啦。我想邀請2位嘅 keynote 或者 use one sentence 一句你覺得想我哋嘅觀眾 take away 啲乜嘢關於 MLA arts or arts？
如果我就係用翻Professor 即係 Maciariello 嘅 people， 即係我哋成個世界 customer 又係 people， 你嘅同事又係 people， 成個即係 Drucker 嘅 philosophy 就係人咁以人為本。咁其實我哋 liberal arts 咧，其實嗰個成個 philosophy 咧就以學生為本，以人為本。只有30秒話俾你聽，我成日舉個例，點解博雅大學同其他大學又唔同咧？如果有1億元喺個天跌咗落嚟，一個博雅大學會做啲咩嘢？一間傳統嘅研究型大學會做啲咩嘢呢？研究型大學見到1億元咧，雙眼發光。有啲咩機器要買？有啲咩研究嘅 scientific 嘅器材我要？但係 liberal arts 個 president 一見到1億元咧，點樣改善學生大家教員嗰個質素？佢哋嗰個成個即係嗰個工作環境同埋學生嗰個輔助設施。咁所以係以人為本，其他嘅係以機器為本。咁呢個咧就係我認為我哋今日一個重要嘅信息。
多謝晒 Professor Bernard 咧。
其實咧嗱，你睇到今日話叫 MLA 啦，咁其實呢個唔係一個 MBA 課程啊，就算而家嘅 MBA 課程都唔係自己俾 business 人去上啦。你今日參與嘅人，我睇到有 Bonnie 啦、Red Cross 啦，又有Smile 啦，又有 Sunny 啦，係咩？代表咩啊？嚟自唔同嘅界別、唔同個行業。因為今日講緊嘅社會係講真係 inclusive 嘅，好多議題唔係再單係話呢個純粹係企業嘅問題。No，it's across the board 嘅 philosophy 嚟嘅。我哋 train 緊係一個 philosophy， 咁而大家係可以 apply 到落去㗎。咁所以我覺得就即係頭先 Professor 講咗啦。咁我覺得其實個名稱咧唔係好重要嘅，係個 philosophy behind。我知道要講嘅時候係咪好快脆講多樣嘢？而家咧最新個咧唔係講呢樣嘢啦，好多人講啦，其實講緊咩？最新係講 create share value CSV， 其實又係講緊同一樣嘢，都係講緊一個共享嘅成果，唔係淨係 profit maximization。仲有一樣嘢好快，我一定要講一樣嘢嘅。頭先我唔記得咗講英文嗰陣時候咧講錯，冇漏咗就係話咧嗱咩叫成功啦嘛？睇下話嗱咁我當其時讀大學咧就最後冇讀到經濟啦 咁啊，但我有讀minor 讀經濟嘅啲經濟論文我都有啲，唔係論文即係經濟啲有啲書本啊，仲有嘅嚇。我當然我畫畫啦，我有我作品啦。30年後，30年後啦，今日我可以肯定講，雖然呢個又係你嘅科嚟 professor， 即係你係經濟啊。最少我估到咧，即係 at least 我 come across 咧，大部分我當其時讀嗰啲嘅經濟理論咧，今日全部都唔 work 嘅喎，係嘛？唔係唔 work，竟然 outdate 咗啦。我啲作品仲喺我屋企啊！我啲作品仲喺度長青緊，我慢慢翻屋企都對住佢，仲 appreciate 緊佢，我仲有畫新嘅作品。所以咧，千祈唔好咧太過有偏見，認為咧某啲嘢就係咁，某啲係咁。Because you never know。即係 we in the world， 即係 of 真係要嗰個頭先 Professor 講咗，我哋係要需要個 broad base 嘅。我唔係話叫大家唔好讀經濟啊 ，absolutely not。But 經濟 alone is not the only winner。Studio art 亦都唔係 the only winner。個 broad base approach 係好緊要。當然 technical 嘅 skill 亦都要，即係我哋嘅社會係需要有唔同嘅人嘅，有 technical skill 嘅人。定亦都有啲 broad base 嘅人，
需要唔同嘅人才
因為個 leadership 係唔同嘅 segment 都需要嘅。
係咁，其實 Bern 你頭先話要解釋你讀啲乜嘢咧，其實我好有共鳴嘅，因為我都經過過呢條路嚇。我就中意做廣告嘅，所以我揀傳理系。咁我同我老豆講咧，佢好想我讀法律嘅，因為佢可能俾人告得多咧，佢想我告翻人。但係我好開心，我入咗傳理系，佢停咗，跟住即係佢係 very nice guy，佢話好啊，做牧師都係一個職業嚟㗎。多謝大家 ，thank you。
多謝晒3位啊，多謝 Royce， 多謝陳智先生同埋陳坤耀教授。我哋先休息10分鐘啊，咁大家可以走動一下，一陣翻嚟再見。咁但係再提醒大家，如果大家咧就填咗藍色問卷之後咧，交翻俾我哋嘅工作人員咧，係會有紀念品一份㗎。好，我哋一陣間再見。